Everybody, welcome to Wide Family Farm. Today is the garden tour. Let's go ahead and we'll take a closer look. So what I'm doing now is I'm harvesting all my cucumbers again. So I'm going to harvest those and show you a little bit of our garden. Really is a beautiful day here. The wind is blowing. It's just a nice day altogether. We picked some cucumbers. Let's go ahead, we'll take a closer look at everything here. I planted these zinnias in the winter, and they're getting absolutely huge. And I'm really excited about these. Some of these were the scabosa from Baker Creek, and then these were the lime, the MV ones from Baker Creek. And those are taking off really well. And let me flip the camera around to show you. Okay. This is my herb garden, and oh, there's a honeybee. Awesome. On my cilantro. I'm really excited about this herb garden. It's really done really well this year. However, my second bout of cilantro, even though I trimmed it, it got too hot for it and it bolted. I do have a succession right in here. I'll show you. Right here, I planted more, but it's not really doing very good. And I'm contributing that to the weather. It doesn't like to be super hot. I'm okay with that because I got a huge thing of it this year, and I even froze some. So I did store a lot of it already. Here I have holy basil, and it actually is coming up. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more here. And it's actually coming up, and I'm really excited about that because I had a really hard time starting it, and it didn't work out so well for me. I planted a succession of basil here, and this is the new stuff right here. This is the old, and I'm still collecting from the old. I'm waiting for it to grow up just a little bit more, and then I'm cutting it. But I've already harvested 2 things from it, and I've already dehydrated it and put it in jars, so that's ready to go. I'm not sure about this oregano here. It is the spicy hot. To me, it doesn't look like it's getting any bigger. By next week, if it's not getting any bigger, I'm gonna harvest what I can from it. Over here, I do have my dill. It came up, basically it sprouted. This is the bouquet dill. So the top parts are getting really big. I'm waiting down here. This is the lettuce that I had over the winter time. I'm letting it go to seed. I'm hoping it does because I really liked this lettuce. It was really good. I have lemon balm here. It's actually doing really good. I was really surprised that it did anything because that was another thing I had a hard time starting. It seems like over the past few days when it rained, it got even bigger, which I already harvested a little bit off of it to infuse some honey with. We just got in here and we're doing a video. This was our potato bed. And, you know, we thought we weren't doing very good with the carrots. This is our carrot bed. We planted oxheart. What was the other ones? Purple dragon, and something else. I can't really remember. But anyway, we got down closer to take a look. I don't know if you can see, but there's the top part. Let's see, there it is. There's the top part of the carrot. So I'm excited about that because I really thought that we weren't gonna get any carrots. Carrots are like my #1 favorite vegetable, but they're really fickle. Like, you have to have the perfect environment, the perfect soil. They're kind of like a big pain in the butt. But if you like them, you know, try and grow them. We have some in here that look really big, but we did plant the oxheart and they just get really fat. So they might not be long, but they might be really fat. Let's go over here and I'll show you a closer look.
Let's see, let's check this one. Yeah, you can see there. It's not going to be a huge carrot, but you see a carrot there.
Yeah, to me that's worth it.
And there's a couple smaller ones that grew real close to it because we didn't really thin these. We just let them grow. There's another one. So we'll have a little amount of carrots. Next year I'd like to increase our carrot crop because we're going to start trying our hand in pressure canning.
Plus, I would really like some fermented ones.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good. We got this ball fermenting kit and it came with springs and not the pucks. And you basically hook the spring up to the lid and it holds everything in the jars. Puts pressure on everything so it holds everything in the brine. And I'm really excited because we've never tried anything that's been fermented before. I mean, sauerkraut, but that's pretty much it.
I'll tell you, the purple dragon carrots, the Stivers didn't have any luck with them. They're the biggest, you know, they look nice and big, and I think when we pull those, you're going to have nothing on the end of them. It's something with maybe with the seeds this year or something, because they had the same luck with theirs.
Yeah.
Because these, everything I've checked, there's barely anything underneath of them, so I think those are going to be.
I think we might stick with the oxheart if they get big. So.
Let me see.
That's what that was. You can't see
No,
it.
there was oxhearts over here, and then this is something else. We'd have to look at our old videos and see, because those have carrots on them as well. But the oxhearts are supposed to be big, around like a potato. But we'll see how good we do.
All right, so I'm super excited about this. Our bok choy actually went to seed and it's actually really dried out. So I'll show you a picture of what those pods look like. Okay, so these are our pods, and he's gonna do a technique to see if the seeds are actually ready.
Not really a technique, just see if you guys can hear. This is how you will know they're ready. You hear the little seeds.
Yeah, they sound like little maracas.
Yeah, you can tell these ones here are good and dry. Tomorrow
they grow all these pods, so you can see, and then they'll dry out, they'll turn yellow, dry out, and then all the seeds are in there. So we'll be using those next year.
I'll probably harvest them tomorrow.
Everything that I thought I killed in these flower pots that I showed you last week, they're actually starting to grow back, and some of them are even starting to get flowers. These are my zinnias.
What is this here?
I have no idea.
It's definitely a flower, right?
Yeah. I don't know, because there's little ones down there too, so I don't know. It's kind of funny. These are our purple potted peas, and those are actually starting to dry out now too. And we're saving these seeds for next year. Next year, we're definitely going to do a bigger section of these because we really liked them. We ate them maybe about twice this year, and it was kind of like a test to see what exactly we could grow. So these actually did really good.
These seeds here are probably good, and these peas here,
yeah, those are pretty dry.
These are the ones actually that were like, they weren't purple. They came up, we planted nothing supposedly but purple potted peas, the King Tut, but those peas were green. They were just as good. So we'll save the seeds from those too. It'll give us a mix of color. We grow these, you can still feel moisture in them. I ate some earlier, they're still pretty good. But you can tell the plants are dying off. And when these are completely dead and dried, we'll cut those off and leave the roots in because pea roots are good nitrogen fixers for your soil. I believe that's what it is, isn't it? Nitrogen fixer? And
yep.
I always thought that with a lot of plants, as long as your plant doesn't have a blight, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to cut it off at the ground and let the roots rot. This is one of the things I was really excited to grow this year personally, is the Kajari melons. We've got quite a few on. We do have a blight starting over here. We have like a maybe bacterial wilt, because it doesn't matter how much water you give this thing, it just wilts and it'll probably spread to the rest of them, but we're hopeful that these melons will come ripe before. You see, we're doing really well. There's 2 or 3 melons, or 3 melons on this plant. Doing pretty well. And luckily we have some other ones here. We got some back in here hiding. Pretty soon we're going to have to put some supports under these melons, so if they come, when they're ready to come ripe, they don't just fall on the ground. I was really hoping it would have grown all the way over our trellis, but it still did pretty good.
How tall are you?
6 foot. Yeah, I'll tell you, loofahs are awesome to grow on the trellis because, I mean, look at these things. They will make it all the way over. They've grown probably a couple feet in the past few days just from the rain we had. And they're good. You get a few blooms here. Hopefully we get some gourds on it. There's a few more blooms if you look, and there's a lot of blooms getting ready, like right here. Here's some.
The blooms are really pretty. Here, take the camera. Show them. I can't. That one is too high.
Where?
Right there. See it? It's all the way out.
Oh. Up here is what you want me to show you. See if I can't turn it down for you.
The blooms are like super pretty.
Yeah, they're really pretty bloom. See the ants in there? The ants are actually good for these plants. They pollinate them. This
is our little bush variety cucumber plant, and I actually harvested 2 cucumbers from it. I got one growing, one little measly one.
There's a few more in there too.
Yeah.
It was a little slower than these other ones. We didn't, apparently, I thought I checked everything that we bought that they weren't bush variety, but obviously this one is. But it's just now starting to produce. It's behind these other ones, but there's a lot of blooms on there.
Look at my espionage. My Spanish pepper is actually doing really good, and I even have another one, I think, over on this one as well. Somewhere on there.
Yeah, these pepper plants are a little leggy because they're getting shaded out. We ran out of space in the garden and wanted to get the peppers in, so we stuck them in here, and they're getting a little bit too much shade really, but we've got them staked up with some driveway markers, and they seem to be doing fine.
Ooh, I got a mosquito eater. Look at that thing. You see it, guys? Those things eat mosquitoes. I'm walking through here. I've already harvested a bunch of my cucumbers. Every day almost I get a massive amount, it seems. So we were just in here and I clipped them and they're ready to go. It's pretty cool. I got another pepper on here. That's the one I wanted to show you. Pretty cool. It's starting to get like a jungle in here. Yeah. Plants are really growing up and everything's looking really, really big. And that's, you know, what we wanted. So our garden is really taking off. It's kind of like the most exciting part of the year, to be quite honest. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all of our tomatoes and our Amish paste, which is totally getting out of control. How tall are you?
Yeah, they're working on 7 foot.
Yeah.
So next year, if we grow this variety again, I'm definitely going to have to get some higher, put the trellises higher, stake them to hold them until they get tall enough to reach it. But I could move the trellis up. But
Yeah.
we'll see how tall they get. Last year we had the same issue, and we just let them lay over, and they grew down the trellis.
Those are pretty cool. I can't wait because these are going to be excellent paste tomatoes from what we've been told. So I can't wait for them to get bigger and actually grow. It's going to be awesome. Oh, over here, not to mix things up on the tour, but we have Cherokee Purple here. And then we were super excited to show you our Tomatillos.
We have one so far.
No, there's one right here
Okay.
and one right there. They're all over.
Okay, good. So they're starting to come
It's
on.
crazy. I don't know if you can see, guys. Sorry. The leaves are taking
Here,
over.
and if you just give it a little squeeze, you can feel it starting to fill it up. It'll fill that all the way up and actually start popping that wrapper off. So.
That's super exciting.
Oh yeah, I see a bunch more down through there.
Yeah, we got a ton forming. Another one. These are the purple varieties too. Look at that. 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4. There's tons.
Yeah, there's a lot in here.
We lost, I had to clip some branches back. We got rain. And one thing we noticed is they look really thick and they look big. But when we got that rain, like, they just fell over.
Yeah, I need to spend a little bit of time in here tying everything up again. Sometimes, I'm sure anyone that's growing a large garden, it takes a lot of time, and I was lacking a little bit of garden time. And when that rain came, they just kind of fell over, but we were able to save most of them. But they're not hard, like the texture of them is a little softer than a tomato plant. Like if you feel them, they're pretty flexible. I've just been trying to weave them back in.
All right, moving on down here. What do we got? Still Amish paste, obviously. Look how big they are getting. And we're moving down. These are Kellogg's Breakfast. And those are going to be a cool tomato.
So.
And that's all down here. We have a White Beauty. I don't even know if we got anything on this White Beauty yet. Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, even when it's small, you can tell it's real light color.
This is from Stringfield Ridge Farm. They gave us the seeds when we won a competition. So we're growing that. And then we have stuck one blueberry plant on the end here.
Blueberry tomato.
Blueberry, yeah, not blueberry tomato, not actual blueberry for the fruit. Oh, look at this. They are blue. Can you guys see that?
Not ripe yet.
Not ripe, but so cool. Awesome. This is the coolest thing. I have some kohlrabi over here that I definitely need to pick. Look at this. Check this out. You see that in there? It is so ready to eat. So we might eat that tomorrow for lunch. We definitely have some plants here that have really grown up really high. Let me flip this around and show you more. everywhere. These are Cherokee Purple. And we're growing a ton of those. We got a ton of stuff on there. Look at that. Super cool. Oh, these are ground cherries. And we had a rain the other day and a lot of it knocked the ground cherries off. But they aren't ripe yet. I tasted a bunch of them. This is still our tomatillos over here. These are Brad Atomic Grape over here. We don't have, oh, yes we do. I don't know if you can see in there, but we do have some forming. A little bit. So that's pretty neat. Over here I have some blossoms, some flowers on our Habanadas. Can't wait. I'm gonna definitely, I think I'm gonna make these into a relish when they come out. And these are our potatoes we haven't harvested yet. I'm gonna take you down our pepper lane, but it's like so overgrown, so it might be a little harder, difficult for me to get down there. So this here is our Spanish pepper. We just put it one over here. It does not have a pepper on it like the other ones yet. We have just a few bullnose peppers, nothing, and some California Wonders, but nothing yet as far as peppers are going, except for here. And we got some nice fruit there. I'm really excited about that. And I mean, it goes all the way down the line. All these are the same. Not a whole lot of fruit going on those ones. That's like the only one thus far. And like I said, these are the Cherokee Purple. I harvested my horehound yesterday, some of it. I'm keeping some of it in there because I don't want to kill it off. It's my first year planting it. And I'm excited. I am making, in the process of making a horehound infusion with honey. All right, guys, thanks for taking the time today and joining us on our garden tour. We have a lot of new developments since last week. Things are really shooting up and looking good. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next video.